The Japanese fox, kitsune or demon fox, is a wise, intelligent, and cunning creature in the old tales of Japan. Kitsune are common characters in many stories as they are tied to the Inari or rice deities. Rice was once a symbol of wealth in ancient Japan, meaning that the kitsune were thought to bring wealth or good fortune to a family likened by one. These shapeshifters were known to grow more magically powerful as they age. They are still prevalent in Japan today, as they still guard shrines and are used in media as a tie to the present and past. Kitsune are magical beings tied to both wealth and bad omens of misfortune. They are shapeshifters with different legends saying it could take 50 or up to 100 years to develop the ability. They most commonly change form between that of a fox to that of a human. This creature likes to take the form of someone well respected, such as a high priest or a fair lady from a wealthy family. This helps ensure safety as well as heightens the influence they can use on mortals around them. The demon foxes are magical creatures that are said to grow more tails as they age and grow more powerful, with 9 tails being the most powerful. A new tail is grown every 100 years, and their fur begins to turn from red to gold about 2/3 through their life, then white for the last 200 years or so. White kitsune are the wisest and the most powerful. There are 2 main classes of kitsune. The first is the Zenko. These are the good foxes and servants of the Inari. These Zenko have statues all over Japan, normally guarding a shrine, temple, or altar to the Inari. They are thought to deliver messengers from mankind to the Inari, and that pleasing one would bring a better rice harvest that year. Ways to please kitsune included leaving out offerings of tofu and by treating regular foxes well. If pleased, they could also help settle disputes using their great wisdom. The other kind of demon fox are the Yako. They are the mischievous of kitsune, known for doing everything from simple pranks of stealing a bit of food, all the way to destroying someone's house, life, or just simply killing them. All kitsune are afraid of dogs, being physically beaten, and being trapped for eternity. Their freedom is their life. A well-known story of a Zenko is the tale called Enough is Enough. In this story, Major Counselor Yasumichi buys a mansion and it is overrun by foxes. They are in the cellar, attic, and main house, as well as all over the surrounding properties. They run around and play little tricks on him, knock things over, and cause general mischief in the house. He grows tired of them and eventually announces to his household that the next day they will hold a grand fox hunt, getting rid of them all once and for all. The next morning, at around dawn, he has a dream where an old man with a long white beard and many wrinkles on his face is under a tangerine tree, bowing to him, and begins to speak. He tells the major counselor that if he stops his fox hunt, the foxes will leave him alone. Yasumichi asks who the old man is, and the old man replies that he is someone who has lived in the mansion for many years, as did his father and his father's father. He says that he has many children and grandchildren, and though he tries to stop them, they enjoy causing a bit of trouble here and there, but mean no real harm. The old man asks that the major counselor forgive them and give him the chance to explain to them why he is so upset. Should he agree, the old man promises that the foxes will do all that they can to protect him from then onwards. He agrees, and the old man bows. Upon awaking, Major Counselor Yasumichi goes to the window and looks outside. Under his tangerine tree is a white-haired fox that slinks away to go underneath the tree once spotted. The fox hunt is called off, and from then on the family was more prosperous, never threatened by outsiders, and every happy event in the house was announced with a fox bark from outside. A popular story of a Yako is that of Tamamo no Mai. She heard of the powerful Emperor Toba. She decided to change into the form of a beautiful young lady who had many talents, like being able to play any instrument she touched or talk knowledgeable about any and every topic, woo him, marry him, and then kill the emperor to take his throne and power. Having succeeded and become one of his consorts, Tamamo no Mai began to drain the life force out of him. Many doctors from far and wide were called, but the emperor would not recover. Out of desperation, Onmyoji, also known as a shaman or medicine man, was called. He did a strong cleansing ritual and found Tamamo no Mai to be a kitsune, as she could not finish the ritual with them. She fled, and Emperor Toba immediately was cured of his affliction. She was hunted for many years before being found in the Nasuno Plains. She was then chased to a large border where, according to some tellings, she hid behind it using magic and got away safely, and in others had her spirit trapped into the great rock. After being trapped in the rock, it was called Sesko Seki, the Killing Stone. Nothing could come close to it without dying, no birds fly over it. Many years later, a powerful wandering priest named Genno went to the rock, despite the warnings. He performed a powerful cleansing charm and convinced Tomomo no Mae to repent for her sins and evil ways. Once free from the stone, it was no longer harmful. It was broken and bits of it were spread all over Japan, with larger chunks being enshrined. Kitsune are found in modern media through games, cartoon shows, and new stories told in Japan and around the world. An example of this is the anime Naruto, where the protagonist has a magical form that is a nine-tailed fox demon. When in this form, he is his most powerful and magical. Kitsune are also in the game The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask in the form of the character Keaton. He comes from a race of fox people with multiple tails. A fox demon is in Neil Gaiman's The Sandman, The Dream Hunters as the protagonist. The Kitsune has not faded from the modern world in any form, nor will it as long as there are people.